Hey everybody, I thought I'd do a little video here about how I package and package up the Funko Pops that I sell on eBay. And I was going to do this kind of guerrilla style, no edits, just because I just don't have the time in my day to do lots of editing. So forgive me for some of the maybe moments where you're like, why didn't he edit this out? Because I just don't have time. But I have been buying and selling Funko Pops on eBay. My collection just got way too big, and I got kind of carried away and realized I needed to kind of pare down and just collect certain lines. I've been collecting Funko Pops since they first came out. I had the very first one, and I was at one point, I'm like, I'm going to buy every Funko Pop that comes out. And then they just started producing so many of them, I just couldn't keep up. And then I had a lot of lines where, well, I have a couple, but I don't have the whole collection, and it's not something that I'm really into. So I've been selling them on eBay. Sometimes I've made some money on them, sometimes I've lost some money, but I wanted to go over a few things. So the first thing is the box, and I recommend these boxes. It doesn't have to be this brand. I buy them off of eBay and they're branded eBay, but it's mainly the size. It's the 8x6x4. Please don't ever send a Funko Pop in like an envelope or something soft. You want something that's got some weight to it. And I think the 8x6x4 is the best size because it protects the pop and gives a little bit of room inside. If the edges or something get crushed. I've seen all kinds of different pops shipped in all kinds of different stuff, and this, to me, go for these. Now, I buy them in bulk, and if you buy them in bulk, you can get them for about 50 cents a box. So that's something you want to kind of consider with your shipping costs. And I always put in my description, I will ship in a strong box, because the thing about eBay is it's coming from all over. People don't know, you know, where's this box, or where's this coming from? Are they going to just shove it in an envelope? Are they just going to shove it in some kind of weak packaging and it's going to come all messed up? So if you take a little bit of time, get a good strong box, put that in your description, and then people give you reviews and say packaged well, packaged great, came great, then people will see that and they'll be willing to pay, you know, a little extra for shipping if they know it's going to be shipped right and proper. First thing I do is use some packing tape to tape the box into sort of this shape, like this right here. And the Funko Pop that I will be packaging today is this guy right here. It is the orange Batman from what was this, Entertainment Earth exclusives. I bought this from Entertainment Earth when it first came out. There was 6 of them of all different colors. I always thought these were kind of cool, but they never really went up in value that much. Not really that crazy. And I just don't have the space, and I have so many Batman Pops that I thought I would just kind of get some space. And I believe if you look at what I paid for this pop and what it sold for, and then the shipping costs, I probably lost some money on this. I probably will lose a few dollars on it, but it's kind of worth, at this point in my life, it's worth losing a couple dollars to free up some space. And that's just something I've had to do, get a couple dollars back, and you know, that's okay. Maybe I broke even, maybe I made $1 or $2, but nothing major either way. It's not like I lost tons and tons of money on this. If I lost money, it was probably a couple bucks. If I gained money on it, it was also probably a couple of bucks. I'd probably buy a gallon of gas with it. So once I have my box like this, you'll see that I always ship my Funko Pops in a pop protector, one of these soft ones. And again, these cost about the same as the box. If you buy them in bulk, you get a cheaper price, and you can get these for about 50 cents each. If you buy them in like sets of 50 or so, or if you buy them individually, they cost about $1. Same thing with these boxes. You can buy these boxes at Staples or Walmart this size as well. You'll pay a little bit more if you're just buying one. So between the box and the pop protector, that's about $1. So you always want to consider that and factor that into your shipping costs. But again, I always put, if I can, right in the title, but if not even in the title, I'll put it in the description that I will ship in a pop protector. So people, if they see that I charge maybe $1 or $2 more for shipping, I usually charge between $4.99 and $5.99 for shipping. Sometimes if I'm doing an auction where I'm not sure what it'll sell for, I might bump it up to $6.99. Sometimes if I'm selling one that's a little bit more valuable, I might knock it down to like $3.99 or $2.99 and eat a little bit of the cost just because I know the pop's going to sell for more. But I always do the protector, and I always do the box no matter what. And if I was selling a very high dollar value pop, then I would package it up just like I'm going to show you in this box, and then I would get a bigger box and put this inside the bigger box and ship it like that, a box within a box. Because you have to remember, when you are selling on eBay, if you are the seller, it is your responsibility to make sure that the item, whether it's a pop or whatever it is, gets to the receiver or the buyer safely. It doesn't matter if the post office does all kinds of stuff. You're the seller. You're responsible for packaging it in a way that will preserve it. You're responsible for buying insurance on it if need be. So I might buy insurance if the pop was more expensive. I've only had one problem ever with these boxes, and I sold a Funko Pop that was an Olaf Pop, which was not worth very much. I think I lost money on that one as well, maybe $1 or $2. And the person sent me pictures, and it looked like the box had been run over by a truck. And actually, I don't think I put Olaf in a pop protector. That was before. This was a couple years ago. So this was before I said I'm going to put a pop protector on every one. And it was really crushed. And the guy who I sold it to was very nice. He sent me some pictures, and I basically said, look, I'll refund your money. Keep the pop. You can be an out of the box pop, because the pop itself was okay. It was just the box was trash, and it wasn't worth very much. I think I sold it for $8 or $10 with the eBay fees and the PayPal fees and the shipping fees. You know, I only was getting a couple dollars, and not even counting what I paid for it. I was probably at a loss. So that was one. You know what? It was my responsibility to make sure it was there safely or get insurance on it. I didn't. But if you figure out as many pops as you sell, buying the insurance gets pretty expensive. So if you have to eat the costs every now and again and pay for one that gets damaged, it's probably a lot cheaper than buying insurance on every one, unless it's a high dollar value. All right, so after these two steps right here, make sure it's in a protector, make sure you got your box, and always let the buyer know in the description that how it's going to come. I know if I was buying a collectible and I was looking through, I don't just buy the cheapest one. You know, I don't just buy, oh, this one's the lowest price, or this one popped up. I kind of go through it. I look at the ratings, and if I see one that says they're going to package it nicely, I see one where they've got a lot of good reviews and the reviews mention the packaging, then I'm more likely to buy that one. All right, next step, let me grab this from my printer. I already did this. I would print off the packing slip. So I'm going to cover the addresses here, but print the packing slip. And always double check and make sure that you've got the right packing slip with the right item, with the right label. It's happened to me one time where I accidentally, I don't know what I did, I bought 4 of these Blade Runner ornaments at a Hallmark. They were on sale for $1 each. There was like clearance. And then I sold them, and again, I didn't make a ton of money on them. Like they were, I think they sold retail for $20, and I was selling them for like $10. So people who were buying them on eBay were getting a good deal based on what it would be in the store, and I was making a couple bucks off each one. And somehow I sold 2 of them on the same day, right in a row, and somehow I sent both of them to the first person and none to the second person. And I got very lucky on that one, because the second person was real nice. After a couple weeks, he sent me a message saying, "Hey, I never got my ornament. You know, can you look into it?" And I was like, and I was trying to figure out. It was really confusing with the labels, because I'm like, wait, which labels with which? And so finally, I thought, maybe did I send like the first guy both of them? And I was lucky. I sent the guy a message and I said, "Hey, look, I'm not asking for him back. I'm not asking for any money. I'm just trying to figure this out. Did I accidentally send you 2 of the Blade Runner ornaments?" And luckily, the guy got back to me right away. He said, "Yep, I got 2 of them." And I said, "All right, well, thank you for letting me know. Thanks for your honesty." And I sent the other guy a message back, and I said, "Hey, look, I made a mistake. I accidentally sent 2 to the one guy. I'm sorry. I'm going to give you a full refund, And the guy was like shocked. He wrote me this really nice letter back, like, oh, thank you so much. So nice to have some honesty. So many people on eBay, you know, lie and say it was my fault or blame the post office or all these things. So I will definitely buy from you again. I really appreciate it. So I thought that was pretty nice that he was kind of cool about it. And I apologized. And sometimes, you know, if you're selling on eBay, that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to do refunds. Sometimes you got to do discounts. If you had a store, you'd be paying rent, you'd be paying all kinds of things, you'd be doing discounts, you'd be doing giveaways. It's just the way it is with eBay. And so that's just part of it. Now, once I've got my Funko Pop and my box, and I've got my packaging label in there, and you have no idea how many times I've sealed it all up and had it all ready to go, and then looked and like, oh, I forgot to insert that packaging thing. And I don't know if it's a big deal. I get packages, I buy stuff from eBay all the time. I never really care about this. I kind of throw it out. Sometimes people write like nice handwritten notes and say thank you and buy again. I don't do that, and I've never really like done that. So feel free to do it. You can do what you want. You can put things on it. But what I do next here is I always take a shopping bag. Right? This is just a Walmart bag, just any old shopping bag. And I always take the pop or whatever item I'm going to sell, and I always put it inside the bag. And then I tie the bag up gently. I don't tie it too tight, but I just tie it kind of gently. And my thought on this is it's another layer of protection, but it's also pretty waterproof. So if for some reason this package ever gets some kind of water damage, it's not 100% waterproof, obviously, but it's fairly waterproof, let's say that. So this should help, hopefully, protect it from some moisture. Now, if I'm selling a higher value pop or a pop that's worth more, I'll put in some bubble wrap. I'll kind of line the sides with bubble wrap. If I was selling something smaller, sometimes I'll wrap that up in bubble wrap and tape it, and then put it in a bag. But I'm always like, for packaging, I want something that's going to keep this secure and has some give to it if it gets hit in the sides and not have this rattle around. But I also don't want to spend a lot of money on packing supplies, and bubble wrap is expensive and it adds up. So when I get some in a package, I save it. But I also don't want things that are heavy, because I want this to be as light as it can for the postage. So what I found works really great, if it's not a very high dollar value like this one here, but I still want it to get there nice and safe, and it's in a pretty good box and it's in a protector. But I just use some more bags from my shopping trip. So I get these for free when I go shopping, you know, or it's part of the cost of the goods that I buy when I go shopping. And I just kind of use this, sorry for the noise, and I just kind of put it around the edges of the box. And I find this works very good because it fills up the space nicely. It keeps the pop from moving around a lot inside the box. It's affordable because you can get it for free. It's somewhat good for the environment because it is sort of recycling. I mean, it'd be better, I guess, if I used reusable bags at the grocery store and didn't use these at all, but it's better than just having these go into a landfill somewhere. At least we're getting another use out of it. And usually 2 or 3 of them do the trick. Usually where I put the knot in the original bag kind of fills up that space. This one, it looks like 2 is kind of doing the job, but I don't know. Yeah, I think 2 will do it for this one. I don't think I need a third one. Good tip I heard from Comic Tom on the Comic Tom 101. He was talking about comic books, but he said when you've got it done, if you shake it, if you can feel it moving around in there, you need more packaging. If you shake it and it's not moving, you did a good job. And those bags keep it from moving, and then if something gets hit or the corners get dented, it has a little bit of give there. All right, next thing I do is I tape it up. Sorry about the noise. I get this Scotch tape in bulk from Amazon because that's sort of the cheapest, but it is loud and noisy. My favorite tape is the Walmart tape, the Walmart brand tape. It is super quiet, but it's, I have to go to Walmart to get it. And I can't use Amazon, and I like to have Amazon for all my deductions and to keep track of my expenses. to deduct it from my income taxes. So now it's taped up. Now comes the big important thing, and that is to weigh the package. So if you do not have a, grab it here. If you do not have, if you want to sell on eBay and you do not have a scale, you need to get a scale. This is a business expense that you need to put the money into. When I first started to sell some stuff on eBay, I did not have one of these, and I did not want to spend the money on it. And I thought, I think I got this one on eBay. No, actually, I think I got it on Amazon. If I can, I'll put the link to it in the bottom, and I'll put links to these packages and all the other stuff too. So I didn't have this, and I would take a guess at what something weighed. And that wasn't good, because then I would put it in, and I would have the it would end up weighing a lot more than I thought it was, and I would either have to pay more for shipping, which took off money from what I thought I was making, or what's even worse is I would ship it, and then I would get a notification that I had insufficient postage, and then they would charge me more, and I'd be like, oh man, I thought I did that right. So making sure you have the right amount before you print the packaging is very important. Also, and this is like one of my golden rules of eBay, always make sure you know what box you're going to ship something in before you put it on eBay. I can't tell you, when I first started, I was like, yeah, I got a shipment from Amazon. I got a box in the garage. Yeah, this will be okay. This will be okay. And I'd put it up on eBay, and then it would sell. I'm like, yeah, let me go grab that box. And it wouldn't fit. It'd be sticking out the top, or it would be way too big, or it'd be way too small. And then now I've got to go buy another box, which is an expense, part of what I didn't calculate. And I'm on a time crunch, because you want to get these out in the mail right away so people get their package and you keep your rating well. And so now all of a sudden I'm like, 8 o'clock at night running to Staples to try to find a box that fits something, which I hadn't planned on. So always make sure you know what box you're shipping in, and make sure you have a scale. Now, Funko Pops, unless it's some kind of, let me weigh this here for you. This weighs 10.5 ounces. So Funko Pops, unless they are some kind of like really special one or something, never weigh over a pound when you package it up. So pound is 16 ounces. So when I create my listing, I always put it as 15 ounces. And then when I go to ship it, I can take it down an ounce or two. And this way the shipping cost never shocks me. I'm never like sticker shock. If it's something else other than a Funko Pop or something, I'll always weigh it first before I put it on eBay. And then I'll kick it up a few ounces or so, just to make sure, just to give myself some wiggle room, just because I don't want to get hit with that unexpected expense of, oh no, look at this. This is costing way more to ship than I thought. Now, the last step is to print out the printing label. Always, always, always print out your printing label from eBay, because it is cheaper and much, much easier. When I first started eBay, I didn't trust eBay, and I was like, oh, no, the shipping label, they're going to get me. I'm going to go to the post office myself, and I'm going to get it straight from the post office. It'll be cheaper. And it's actually not cheaper from the post office. It's cheaper from eBay, and then you don't have to wait in line. I'd go to the post office. I don't know about your post office, but my post office always has a long line, and it's not because of the people there. The people there are great. I love the people at my post office. They're super friendly. They're working their tails off. They're great. But there's just more people than there are, more customers than there is time and people to help them. So the eBay postage is cheaper. It's quicker. When I go to the post office, I don't have to wait in line. I can just drop it off with the prepaid stuff and then go. I always feel bad with all the people in line. I got to kind of cut them there. Now, one thing I did notice is, so I said that was 10.5 ounces. So I'm going to put it as 11 ounces just to give myself some wiggle room. But when you print out the printing label and you tape up the box, the tape and the printing label weigh almost nothing. Some people have stickers that print and they can just put the sticker right on it. I don't have that. And I'm not going to tape up the whole box here. I think you guys could figure out how to tape up a box. But I'd always be like, well, how much do I add extra for the tape around it, and how much for the label? And what I found is I would add a little bit, tape it up, weigh it again, and the tape and the label changed it hardly anything. So if you just bump it up to the next whole number, you should be good. And if you don't believe me, do it. You know, do some experiments. Weigh it, tape it up, weigh it again, then you can see. And when I tape it, I will, again, I don't want to print out the label right now because I don't want you guys to see addresses, but also just for time. But I always put the label here, and then I put 3 rows of tape. One right through the middle, one right on the edge, one right on the edge, and then I'll put one around it here. And like I said, except for that one Olaf, I have not had any complaints about packaging, and I've only gotten nice comments back about it being packaged nicely. So I would love if you had any questions, if you watch this all the way to the end, if you have any questions about selling stuff on eBay, if you have any tips, if there's something that I'm doing and you're like, oh, dude, you could do that way better. Oh, don't do that, man. Do this. Let me know, because I'm always looking to improve, always looking to make it better. And I will see everybody next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.